Hi guys, so this is a tutorial teaching you how to use your sewing machine, the industrial sewing machine, for a free motion stitch. So I'm going to show you how to make this off-shoulder attachment for a wedding dress by attaching the appliques to the tool using your industrial sewing machine. So as you can see, this is the original sleeve that came with the dress. The bride did not like it because I don't know, she just wanted something just smaller. So I went ahead and custom made the size exactly what she needed and took off the applique from the original sleeves. And now once that's done, I would go ahead and clean it up to make sure it's perfectly cut and sized to fit the width. So here I'm just showing you how I thread my machine. It's the exact same way. The only thing that I'm changing here is obviously the tension. If you want an in-depth tutorial, please let me know and I'll let you, I'll have a tutorial filmed just for that. But it's the regular way it's supposed to be threaded. I loosened the tension. As you can see, the knob is almost all the way to like it's about to be unscrewed. Then I also raised the presser foot and took off the sewing foot that came with the machine, or the one that I added on there. So let's get into the placement. So here I already went ahead and did one off camera. I'm making sure that, you know, once it's flipped the other way, it's going to be mirrored to be the exact same. So I'm just making sure that I'm arranging the appliques to be sure that I cut, you know, what's on the right to look exactly the same as what's on the left. And once that's done, I'll go ahead and put a pin and steam it down just so nothing moves. I like to do that, but you don't have to, but that's just my method. And first things first, threading your machine. So when you're threading, I use all this surgical equipment, but I thread it, and then I like to start with the mesh portion. I try to avoid sewing into the applique or the needle going into the parts that have beading or that have sequences as much as possible. So as you can see, I'm just going around to the edges, which is the part that only has tulle. And obviously you want to avoid your pins and your, you know, whatever you've had to hold it together. And please be very careful with your fingers. My fingers are actually far apart from where I'm sewing, but just from the angle it looks like it's right there. So you have to be extremely careful when you're doing this. This is also another angle. Just going ahead to show you that, you know, take your time, make sure you pull the fabric a little bit so it's kind of taut, and yeah, just go ahead and do it all the way. And once that's done, as you can see, it's fully completed. It's been sewn all the way down. Now I have to put snaps on it so we can make sure it's going to be easy to attach it to the wedding dress. And once that's done, you can go ahead and put another piece of tulle on the backing just to cover the seam lines, but honestly I find that it's not necessary. So I'm going to show you the kind of snaps that I like to use. These are hard, really hard core snaps. So there's a 1/2 inch one and a 1/4 inch one. I love the 1/2 inch one just because it makes my work, you know, easier and it's easier to sew. So yeah, I used the Gutermann thread in, I think, number 111. It's like an ivory off-white. It's not white, but it's not like yellowish at the same time. So I go ahead and, you know, make a knot, and then I just sew away. So the key to doing it is putting the flat side on the dress and the part that has the button in the middle on the actual thing that you're going to be removing, because you don't want the part that's on the dress to be poking you when you've removed the sleeves. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's just my own method and how I like to do it. So I'm trying to show you as close as possible. You can see it's the part with the button in the middle. That's the part that I sew on the sleeves, and then for the one that goes on the dress, it's just flat and it doesn't even bother you if you take it off. So yeah, just go ahead and sew this. And as you can see, guys, this is it all completed. The snaps are on, and I just have to go ahead and put this flat side on the actual garment. Like I said, you can go ahead and put a mesh panel as well, or a tulle panel to cover the sewing, but you really don't need to. And this is it once I've attached the flat snaps to the gown itself, and it's all in place. I'm very happy with the way this came out. It looks very seamless. And just to, you know, note, if you're ever sewing a detachable sleeve on like a wedding dress, just sew it 1/2 inch down from the edge of the seam. That way it's like tucked in properly, but it's not too deep that it's looking funny. And yeah, I hope you guys had a good one. See you next time.